Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and we have a very cool PvP related video today. So for those who don't know, every 3 months marks the end of a PvP season in PokeMMO, and it's currently January 2nd, 2022 as I'm recording this. The 1st of January was the final, or I guess like the last day of December was the finals day of the season of PokeMMO PvP. So now we're moving into a new season, which marks the tier changes. So these are the tier changes for the end of a season. There is a slight difference between tier changes for the end of a season versus tier changes at the end of a month. So every single month there's tier changes, and those tier changes are based on the tier council and based on personal player, thoughts and preferences and opinions and whether something is too strong or not. The end of season changes, which happen every 3 months, are due based to percentage usage and usage percentage. So what that means is if you reach that 4.36% threshold that you can see in the top of this video here, let me go ahead and highlight that really quick. If a Pokemon reaches 4.36% usage in the tier above it, it'll move up to that tier. Or obviously, if it loses, if it gets too low of a usage rate, it drops as well. So let's go ahead and talk over these. So for example, Torkle got moved up to OU from UU. Really interesting move, really cool to see, really just showcasing the power of entry weathers and how strong it is when a Pokemon can summon weather upon entry. Torkle is really good because of drought. It has an ability that summons sun as soon as it enters the battlefield. That's honestly the main reason why it's so good, which is really crazy. Really cool to see, and it's cool to see almost all of the weather setters in OU right now. Pelipper, which sets up rain, Tyranitar, which sets up sand, and all the other sand setters, and then Torkle, which sets up sun, are now all in OU, which is really crazy, showing the strength and power of weather. So let's go ahead and get to the moving to UU from OU section. Heracross and Mandibuzz both moved down from OU to UU. The Heracross one is really interesting and kind of cool for me to see because I'm not a huge OU player. I don't know a whole lot about. I mean, I know a decent amount, but like not as much as a very experienced, well-versed OU player. About the meta and everything and about understanding. And when Heracross got moved up to OU, which it actually got moved up, I want to say 2 months ago, as soon as it got moved up, I was like, I'm surprised by that. I actually don't think Heracross is that strong. I could actually see it get moving back down to UU, which it immediately did at the end of this season. So kind of funny to see that prediction come through, even though I'm not really an OU player. I think that's pretty cool, and I'm pretty proud of that. Now, Mandibuzz moving from UU to OU, I have no personal thoughts or opinions on this because I have so little experience with Mandibuzz. It's crazy. I just don't like the Pokemon. I don't like the look of it, so I've never used it. I don't really play against it much because of the tier it's in. But I know that a lot of people are scared about that. I know that a lot of people are like, I'm not going to play UU for the time being because Mandibuzz could be really strong in UU, which is really interesting, but I have no personal thoughts about it. Let's go ahead and get into the 3 moves that I actually have the most personal thoughts and opinions about. Okay, moving into UU from NU. So, Slowbro got moved up to UU from NU. Super cool to see. He got moved down 2 to 3 months ago or something like that. So he got moved back up to UU, which makes sense, dude. He was really powerful, really strong Pokemon, really bulky, could do really solid damage, could rock the Rocky helmet and be a huge disruptor. He was very powerful Pokemon. So interesting to see that. I'm honestly surprised we don't see Blaziken move up to UU as well. I really think that Blaziken could definitely also move up to UU. I don't think Venusaur is quite UU strong enough, which is interesting. Although Venusaur is very strong in NU, I actually don't think it's quite strong enough to stroll through the boys in UU, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Slowbro moving up to UU, I am very happy to see, and that actually puts. I've been talking about this with my Discord. Vanillix was already strong, but I actually think that puts Vanillix at a better spot. So before, if your enemy had Slowbro, you'd always have to be aware of that if you were running Vanillix, and they could switch into Slowbro to tank your Blizzard super well. What you would have to do is, or what I would do is I would run Signal Beam, so I would try to predict the Slowbro switch, but that locked me into Signal Beam now, so I could either like get some really decent damage off on Slowbro. I usually wouldn't one-shot, but unless they were chipped. If they were chipped from some other U-turn damage or other damage on top of Stealth Rocks, then like Signal Beam might be able to kill them sometimes, but it kind of depended. But yeah, Slowbro getting moved to NU is really interesting. I think, or getting moved to UU, excuse me. I think it really opens up Vanillix. It removes a huge tanking threat for Vanillix's Blizzard from the meta, which is really interesting. And I really could see Hail becoming a pretty legitimate team in this atmosphere. So I'm really excited to do some testing and build my own Hail team in the future, in the near future, hopefully. All right, moving to NU from UU. So these are some new toys for me to play with, some new Pokemon to test out. This is a really interesting one. Aerodactyl moving from NU to UU seems crazy because that's a Pokemon that used to be kind of like an OU staple back in the day for a super long time. It can be a great focus sash, suicide lead, set up stealth rocks. It can run taunt, so it can taunt the opposing stealth rocker, get your stealth rocks up, and then do some crazy damage with like Stone Edge or Earthquake, I think, are the moves it can go. And then also like a flying stab move, but I honestly don't even know what it has access to. In my opinion, this is going to be a hot take, and I could eat my words on this. I don't think Aerodactyl is going to be that strong in NU. I actually think Aerodactyl is weak. For whatever reason, on paper, Aerodactyl should be pretty good. But whenever I've ever played with or against this Pokemon, it just feels so weak. It is insane. It dies to everything. It's so frail, which is fine. Its goal is to be like a suicide lead, but I don't think it does enough damage either. For whatever reason, Aerodactyl's damage always feels so much lower than it should be. I think he has like a 105 base stat attack or a 100. It's like at least a 100 plus base stat attack. I think it might be 105. But dude, it doesn't feel like it at all. He always feels so weak for whatever reason, but I could be totally wrong on that. I could eat my words, so we'll see how that goes. Now, the more powerful one, in my opinion, which is so surprising, is actually Gligar. I think Eviolite Gligar is actually going to be quite strong in NU. I don't know if it'll be too strong for NU. I don't think it will be, especially with Vanillix hopefully maybe running around. We'll see in other Hail teams, but I think Gligar is super interesting. I think Gligar is super good. I think Eviolite Gligar will be very powerful and kind of fit in similarly to Eviolite Golbat. Both very, very powerful Pokemon, very, very tanky walls that can do really decent damage on their own and be hugely annoying. So I think Gligar is a really cool addition to NU. I don't think he'll be too powerful. Hopefully that's the case, but he's the one that could be too powerful for NU. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it's fine. But yeah, no, some pretty cool moves. And then this interesting little note, the Porygon Z, the vote has concluded it will not be banned from UU at this time. So for those that don't know, there was a very long discussion thread. There's been a lot of talks recently in the tier council about moving Porygon Z up to OU, but it actually is staying to UU for the time being, which is pretty interesting. It took them a long time to make that decision, so I'm sure they have some really good discussion to stroll through if you want to scroll through this forum. But I think that covers everything for these tier changes. There's some really exciting ones, some really cool ones, especially for the NU tier, dude. These tier changes are incredible for NU. I think they're all good, as long as Aerodactyl is as weak as I expect it to be, and as Gligar as balanced as I expect it to be. These all should be good changes, which is really cool. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining and informational. Click that like button if you did really enjoy it, and subscribe for more PokeMMO content. Every single day I post 2 videos every single day, one at 10 a.m. and one at noon EST. And then I also stream here and there, so go ahead and check those out. Thank you guys so much. Check out all the playlists and the links in the description below. If you want to see more PokeMMO content, there's a ton to be viewed there. Also consider joining the Discord, which is linked in the description below, and consider becoming a YouTube member to me for $5 a month if you really want to go above and beyond and support me financially. It means a lot. I do YouTube full time, so I appreciate any support from Twitch Prime subs, YouTube members. You can actually Venmo me as well if you want. I really appreciate every little bit of support, but it's never required. I just appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you guys can get some value from my videos. But that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.